Let's do this. Let's make sure I should type it in. Can everybody hear me? Can everyone hear me? Just in case someone says no, they can't hear me. Yes, good. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to, I'm going to give you the recording link tonight. You'll be able to access all recordings of previous meetings. Your recordings won't be up until tomorrow for the last two meetings, this one included. They'll be up. They'll be listed as Calgary 2019. They'll be recent in the list. And what you can do is you can become a subscriber to it, and it'll update you every time there's a new recording up. Okay. Otherwise, for now, I want you to focus on next Wednesday at 8:30, your local time, and then I'll give you the new room because you'll be joining the larger group. If anybody wants to join the larger group now, next week, you can. I don't know how many of you feel like you're ready to jump into that. It's up to you. But I feel like I want to give you one more bonus kind of meeting with just us, this group alone. Yeah, some of you want in right away, okay? So this is what I'll do. At the end of this meeting, I'll give you the link, and if you decide, it's Tuesday though. Yeah, the larger meeting is Tuesday. So it's Tuesday, and it's at 8:30 Eastern, okay? Eastern. So for some of you, how many of you can make the 8:30 Eastern, which is 6:30 your time? Anybody, can everybody make that meeting? Stephen and Amanda, good. Oh, that's good. Excellent. Nick, good. Keith, good. Good stuff. Okay. All right. So, if you want, good. If you like, I will, if you guys are up for it, I can give it to everybody tonight. You guys can jump into that meeting next week. It's a larger group. You'll see people from all over the country, including from your hometown, right, Calgary. I know that not everybody's from Calgary, so definitely be able to help you start to build a network across the country. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's look at the updated sheet. We have some more Wednesday meetings for our group. I'm going to give you another bonus meeting just for you guys, okay? So we'll do one Tuesday with the big group. You're more than welcome to join, and I'll do another separate one with just you next Wednesday to make up for what happened yesterday and messing up the times, okay? Does that sound fair? We good with that? So we'll do next Wednesday, and we'll let you join in the other group also this coming week, okay? And moving forward, that'll be the link. Okay, so why don't we do that? Let's grab some information. So let me get you the links. Hold on. Let me get you the links. Okay, so this link is going to get you into the meeting every Tuesday at 8:30, okay? So here we go. There we go. So everybody can grab that link, save it to your favorites, and you'll be able to access that anytime you want, okay? Okay. Okay. All right, let's bring up some files that you can use, and then we'll look at the new sheet that I have for you, updated sheet, okay? So, files, give me 1 second. Okay. Let's do, okay, so we're going to add today, certificate of independent legal advice. That's when you do business with someone, you want them to sign that you told them to seek legal advice. Lease option worksheet for running lease options, okay, when you get one. Letter of intent, that's for an email. If you're emailing someone that you're interested in their property, that's just a format. terms and conditions. And I'm going to also give you this new file. Hold on. This is going to be 1036. Let's save this. Yeah, 103-6. So let's look at here and let's upload 103-6. 103-6. I believe that is. Okay, and everybody take this sheet too, okay? This new one. I've done a little update to it, for to make it a little bit easier for you. Okay? So everybody can grab that sheet too, and I want you to open that sheet up, make sure you got it open and it works for you, okay? I'll give you a minute to do that. All right. Okay. Sorry, which one? This one here, right there. I'm highlighting it. It's 103-6. It's similar to the one you already have, but I've done an update to it. I hope that's the right one here. Let me see now. It might not be. Hold on one sec. Don't bother downloading that. I'm going to update it. Give me 1 second. That looks like it has a number at the end of it. Save as. Give me 1 second, folks. Browse. Okay. Oh. Let's see. I'm going to call this 104, actually. 4. Okay, so here we go. Okay, all right. So let's do this. Do you guys notice the sheet that here? I can check it myself. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to open up this file to make sure it's the right file. Give me 1 second. Continue. See it open. Give me 1 sec. I think it's the right one. Okay. So when you have this sheet open, yeah, this is the right one. It's the right one. When you have this sheet open, you'll see a couple things that are slightly different, okay? Give me one second. And I'm still working out. If there's any bugs, let me know. I just did the update today before our meeting. I wanted to get this to you. Okay. So unable to get it because so Augustine, send me an email. Anybody that can't get these files, send me an email if you're on your cell phone. Just send me an email and I'll say, Sam, can you give me the files from tonight, and I'll send them to you, okay? All right, does everybody have that file open? Everybody have it open so I can explain it? Okay, we good? Augustine, you can watch. Obviously, this is recorded, so you'll be able to review this. Okay, so is someone seems to be having a problem. They drop in and out. Are you guys, any of you, losing connection to the room? I saw someone drop out and in. No? Everybody's okay? So where was it? Somebody kind of fell in and out. I don't know why. All right, we'll leave it alone. It happened again. Somebody just dropped out. Someone having problems getting in? Okay, so far, only one gap. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so, all right, so these are the files I want you to grab. Everybody's got them now, yes? Everybody's got them? Does anybody need more time? We're good? All right, good. I'm going to share my screen. Don't worry, I'll bring this sheet up again. Let's do a share. Share. Share my screen. There we go. Yeah, see, it happened again. Is anybody having problems? Because I've seen somebody pop in and out twice. Is everybody okay with the connection? Yeah, nobody's having problems? Okay, good. All right. You had an issue, you're good now, Nick? Good. All right. Can everybody see my screen now? See this? Everybody can see this? Yes? You were kicked out. that was a big foul. All right, so everybody sees it? Yes? Good, good, good. So you can see there's been a slight change, okay? Here's the slight change. I've taken out insurance, I've taken out taxes, and I've taken out the 20% on the side. What I want you to do now for your expenses is I want you to use the expense tab. If you go to the expense tab, you'll see that you can put the exact expenses in here, okay? So, and what you're doing is in the yellow, okay? So you're doing it only in the yellow. Just take those out. You're only doing it in the yellow. So we do yellow. Say that we know the taxes on this property are $2,000 a year. That's going to give me $167 a month, okay? So what this will do for us, and same with the vacancy, maintenance, property management, it's standard 5, 5, and 10. But if you know a property has a greater management fee or vacancy, say the maintenance on a property sold, you can put 10. What this information will do is it'll pop over here. It'll come in here by itself. You don't have to add it. Now, if you have no idea about the expenses of this property, it'll automatically assume that it's 20%. Does everybody see that? Everybody see that? So it's automatically going to assume it's 20%. Okay? So if we know, we're going to go over here. We're going to put the exact expenses that we know. You'll see there's some others here, other costs. You can actually, for your records, just type in what it is if you know what it is, right? But these are the ones: taxes, insurance, water, sewage, electricity, gas, snow, garbage, utilities, heating, water heater, maintenance, management. And this here, let me show you something. So if I put $1,000 there, right, for maintenance. Oh, I have to make that update because I moved this over from another sheet. What I want this to do is actually, let me show you something. I'll fix this. What it should do is it should take it away from here automatically. So what I'm going to do, because it should know that. I'll fix that. Don't worry. So if you do get management or maintenance or management fees, right, on this property, they tell you, say it's $1,000, and that's only 4.2 your gross revenue, okay? And your gross revenue, if you look at your gross revenue is $2,400. So what I'll do actually, I'm going to make a couple changes. So we're going to put here, give me a second. We're going to put gross revenue. Okay, give me 1 second. And we're going to do that just so we can see it. Equals this. Okay, good. Then what we'll do is we'll have this here, the vacancy. Don't worry about it. I'll update you guys next week. I'm going to make some changes to this. But anyways, now we have specific expenses in your property, right? Specific expenses that we can put in. If there's no expenses, if this is all zero, if it's zero, this will automatically tell us it's 20%. The reason the vacancy, property management, this says 25% is because I changed it over here. So I changed it over here. This should be 5. Typically it's 5 for maintenance. So we go over here and we see that it's 20 and 20. You see that? If I put no expenses. Okay. Vacancy management property is always a percentage of gross revenue. Yes, absolutely. So the biggest thing that kills property, like you have to pay for it, obviously. You have to pay for taxes, principal, and interest, insurance, but you also, because you're renting out these properties, you got to deal with vacancy maintenance and property maintenance. These are operating costs. These are basically operating costs to run your business, right, of real estate. So those expenses matter. They matter, and they need to be accounted for. Because if we don't account for them, a property can look like it's making us money, but it's not. It looks like it's making us money, but it's not. Okay. The other thing, does that answer your question, Roger? Good. The other thing I did is I added this. I added just a couple more years for appreciation. Is 20% a good all-around number? If you don't know for sure, yeah, absolutely. Use 20%. Typically, it's going to run around 20%. That's pretty accurate. The unknowns are the other expenses. You don't know. Sometimes, you'll be looking at a property. It'll be a 3-unit or 4-unit or more, and you don't know if the tenants are paying the bills for their water. That's a big deal. That could be quite large. When the tenant doesn't have to pay for their own water bill, they tend to take a lot of showers, so to speak, right? They don't worry about water running. Whereas if they have to pay the bill, they're more on top of it. So 20% for either side is pretty good. It can change. Obviously, it can change. As we start getting the real expenses, taxes, insurance, they could be substantial, and they're going to affect these numbers for sure. They're going to affect these numbers. Okay, so we want to make sure we have an understanding of them. Now, I have another sheet that I like to use that I can share with you. I kind of like this new sheet that I've developed. This is an old sheet that's been updated with some additional stuff. I'm trying to combine the two sheets together because I would rather you just work with one sheet than two. Okay, but the other one just digs deeper. As a VTB component, if you want to do VTB, it has a couple different things. So right now, I just want us to focus on this one. Okay. So the real change was I got rid of the exact expenses. I just put this. We have exact expenses. My apologies. We don't have the insurance taxes line anymore because we're actually going to put our own expenses right here. And obviously, what I'll do is I'll update this. I'll put gross revenue here. A couple things I'll do. Gross revenue. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger on this sheet for you to visualize so you can see. But I'm also going to make it the other sheet that I have that I like to use. Actually, if you have an expense, say your maintenance is $1,000, it'll take it away from here. It'll take it away from here, which is cool because you might find that your maintenance or your management or vacancy, usually it's maintenance and management. Vacancy is always done here. But those two, you might see an area of opportunity where you can reduce them. Or it can alert you that they're not charging enough for maintenance, which is concerning because they're not taking care of the property maybe, or they're not being forthright, or maybe haven't paid attention to how much they've spent on expenses. But, you have to take care of the expenses on a property for sure. Okay? So any questions about the sheet? Nothing really other than that I changed. I'll make some other updates for it. But basically the appreciation, everything else is the same other than this area here. I might make some other changes. Is there anything that you see? Because I get used to working with these sheets all the time. Is there something else that you think would benefit you that I could add to this to help you better understand the opportunities that are in front of you? Anybody? Is there anything that you want to see? Oh, so that's another thing I did. So the cash flow per unit on this side is assuming that you have no financing. That's why. So that's good. So cash flow on this side, right, just assumes you're paying cash. Cash flow on this side takes into account the financing that we have. Does that make sense? Because cap rate and GRM don't look at financing. Our value doesn't look at financing. So I thought it would be best to show you what it would cash flow if you had no financing, zero financing. Okay. So obviously, though, what this shows you is that if you'll make $1,200, right? You'll make $1,200, but you're only making 7.2% on your money, which is too low. On this in this scenario, okay? In this scenario. Does anybody have a property you want me to plug in numbers in here? And I know you see the repairs line there. Now, I don't know how many of you, before I do that, I don't know how many of you would like a repairs tab that you can put repairs in. My concern is, and that's not hard for me to do, I can put a repairs tab in here that'll actually break down repairs for you. My concern is that you get it into your head that you're going to do the repairs yourself, right? And I'd rather you use a professional, if you're not one, a professional that's doing that for you. But if you want, I can put it in there for repairs, because we do have a separate sheet that we use for repairs. I'm trying to combine all the sheets together to make one sheet that we can watch, we just work with all together. That'll look at, the next thing I want to do to add to this tool here is rent to own. What if I used a rent to own for this? We would like to see it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Anything else you want to see? So I'll add the repairs section to this. I can add also, what I'd like to add, I haven't done it yet because it's a little complex, but what I want to show you, let's see here, repairs record are cumulative for the whole ownership of the property. No, repairs are just upfront. You need to, so repairs, when you look at repairs, think of it as, how do I get this property to retail? So if repairs here, if I put 50,000, the ARV should be 250, right? Doesn't have to be 250, but if I'm buying it for 200 and I'm putting repairs for 50, I mean, the ARV needs to be, needs to go up, obviously. For us, when we do repairs, we're actually looking for $2 for every $1 we get in. So this number would be higher. I don't want to get into that right now, but repairs are, I want you to count that as part of your investment, right? Because that's even just because the purchase price is $150. If you're putting $50,000 in to make it work, then we need to include that as part of the purchase price. Because really that's part of it, right? It doesn't work, it doesn't give you what you want unless it's repaired. So in that question, Charles, repaired means, if that was Charles, right? Yeah, Charles, repairs are not maintenance. Repairs are just what you got to do up front to make the property work, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so let's look at a property. Let's look at a property where, let's just zero repairs for now, okay? So 200,000 is the asking price, purchase price. Let's just leave it to 200,000. But let's say, well, somebody give me a property where you are. Give me a number. Give me for a single family home. Give me a number, and I want to show you something. Who wants to give me a number? Okay, so 518. So 518,000. Wait, 518,000. Okay, 518,000. My purchase price is going to be 500. Just assume that I'm going to just pay retail. And I really want to stay away from trying to, we'll talk about this, but I really don't want you to worry too much about purchase prices. I want you to use that as a last resort, as a bonus to try to drop the price. I want you to make the property work, and I'll show you how to do it when the price is where it's at. Okay, I want you to make it work with this side, the creative financing side. Okay, who gave me that number here? 518. Give me a rent? Give me some rent for that. What realistically could I get rent for that? What's realistic? 1,800? Oh, that's gonna be. It really? Are you only getting 1,800 for that? Because I'll tell you now, this one's gonna be real tough to make work. Really, 1,800? Is this a real property, Michael? Is it real? One unit only. Yep. That's Muhammad. Okay. But not yep. No, it's not. Let me tell you why. So if it's a $500,000 property and you're only bringing in $1,800, that's the total amount. this thing will be virtually impossible to profit. And I'll show you why. Okay? This is simply not enough income, right? When you come down here and you look at your gross rent multiplier, look where it is. It's 23. When we look at the cap rate, it's 2.5. So when you see a cap rate at 2.5, right? When you see a cap rate 2.5, immediately look at the cash flow. Immediately you're going to have problems with cash flow. And this is 80-20, it's just standard 80-20, right? 80 from the bank, 20 from you. Just a standard one. This thing will bleed money. Like, it'll bleed money because the cap rate is so tiny. You know, the cap rate. Remember, cap rate is if I paid cash. If I paid $518,000, I'd make 2.5%. I'd rather, to tell you the truth, I hate them. I'd rather have that money in a GIC if I was only getting 2.5. So that would be really rough. But if you, this is the whole point of the sheet. It'll tell you right away if the property's garbage. It'll tell you right away. You want to try for 2,500? Okay, so 2,500. Let's see if we can make that work. Okay, so 25,000 is not what we got. Now 2,500. Now you see the cap rate's 3.5. That's going to be a tough one, right? Because the cap rate's 3. But this property, that's about accurate for markets in Canada. So 2,500. So what can we do with this property? Well, if we come down here, we'll see that this property, cash flow per unit, we lose $600, and we lose, looks like cash flow 6,282 yearly. Okay. So how do we fix that? Well, let me show you how we fix it. Okay. What do we do with single family homes? Tell me what we do. What do we do with single family homes? We do rent to own. Watch what happens with this. Watch the magic, folks. Watch the magic. So I go over to my expenses, and what don't I have to pay? Vacancy, maintenance, and property management. I don't have to pay that. There's no expenses, okay? So I come over here, and I look, and I see the vacancy and property management are gone, okay? You can see the cap rate's risen, the gross rent multipliers come down, which is good for us. If we come down here, we're still losing money. Do you see that? We're losing $68 a month. But if it's a rent to own, I can add another $250 to this. So $27,500. Okay? Oops. Now watch what happens. Oops. Back it up. There we go. Okay. So now we're making $131 a month. Everybody see that? Everybody see that? So it went from a property that was losing $600 a month. We turned it into a property that actually profits $131 a month. Everybody see that? It's pretty amazing, to tell you the truth. It's pretty amazing. Now, could we improve that? You know, I don't like this 1.5%, but it's a little bit different for rent to owns. It really is, because you know, if we come down here, right? If I come down here, if I'm doing a 3-year lease option, right? So if I put 0, 0, okay, for lease option, right? So the profit on this property, okay, if I do a 3-year lease option, I'm making remember, I'm making $131 a month, right? And I make $81,000 at the end of the deal. And what else do I make on a lease option? Or what do I get up front at least? I mean, I'm going to give it back, but what do I make? Yeah, the deposit or the non-refundable option consideration. Yeah. So we could use that to reduce our down payment actually. So on a property like this, believe it or not, on this kind of property here, we'd be getting close to, you know, $50,000. I'm sorry, my apologies. We'd be getting $16,000. We could use that $16,000 to reduce this. There's another thing we could do. We could also bring in a partner, and the partner could put up the $20,000, and we split the cash flow. And we also split this profit at the end of it. Okay. On this property here, particular property right here, I just want to make a quick point. A $518,000 property, if it's mortgaged, just to give you an idea, okay? If it's mortgaged at, you know, 5% first-time home buyers. That person's going to pay just in financing, folks, just in financing, they're going to pay $24.57 a month. Okay, so if you look at this rent, this gross rent of $27.50, that's probably a little less actually than what they would actually pay if they bought the property, because they'd have to pay for the financing, right? $24.50, that's their mortgage, plus they'd have taxes and insurance, which would probably bump that up to probably another $300-400. So pretty close, not exactly, might be a little bit higher. So when you think about you saying to them, look, I'm gonna increase your rent $250, the way to justify it is to say simply, this is what you'll need, plus CMHC insurance. Yeah, you're absolutely right. CMHC insurance. Now CMHC insurance is going to show up in the interest rate, right? It's going to show up in the interest rate. Can I show you one more thing here? So let me go back. Okay. So the key here is in the lesson is, what are we learning? We're learning that rent-to-owns can turn a bad property into a good one. I just want to show you something, okay? So when we look at this, we see that we're at 1.5, which is going to suck on a rent-to-own typically, unless you're not putting up the money. How can we improve this property? We can improve the property by simply changing the amortization. Look what happens if we go to a 30-year. Everybody see that? Did everybody catch that? We were at a 25-year mortgage. What if we went 30-year? Look what happened. Now it's making $345 a month. So do we want longer term mortgages? Yes. Look at this. What if we went 35? Look at that. Look at it jump. Now I want you to keep that in mind. We went from 35 up to 35. We're almost making $500 a month. Let's go back to 25. You're only making $131 a month. So you want the longer term mortgage, and believe it or not, the lender wants a longer term mortgage. They want a long, because they make more money. And for us, ultimately, am I paying more money for this property? Yeah, but I'm okay with that, because I really don't care about the value of the property or the purchase of the property. For me, the purchase is only important because I'm trying to cash flow this property. That'd be different if we're flipping a property, then the mortgage doesn't matter. But if we're looking at cash flow, always, we want it to be the smallest amount. So look here, it's $2,069 at 25 years. If I go up to 35 years, it goes down to $1,700. Hence, I'm making more money. And if I get an investor at this one, we can do it. So watch this. So we go zero of our own money. We bring in an investor at 20%. They get the mortgage. We do, and this is something you can do right now, a 30-year mortgage. And we're going to zero because they're the investors, zero. Look what happens. So we see that the cash flow per unit, let me get rid of this. Hold on one second. Okay. So if I can get an investor to come in with me on this property, to put up the money, I can offer the investor, look what I can offer. I can offer the investor half of $345 plus half of this amount. $81,000. Everybody see that? They'll get half of that, and they'll get half of that. Is that a good deal for the investor? Let's check. Well, we can check. So we're going to go this divided by 2. So that's their monthly. Okay. And then I take this. Actually, what I'm going to do, just because of the rent credit, right? I want to take the rent credit out. So let's take everything out. Okay. So rent credit out. Take this. Equals this minus 250 equals 95. Now there's two ways to do this, folks. You can take all this money, because it's no big deal, and then take it off of this ending part for cash flow. Why don't we do that? I like that better, actually. Let's do this. So let's take this divided by 2. Okay, and I'll make a quick point. Look. This is what we get at the end of the deal, right? That's the profit, because when we bought it, it was $518. So in year 1, if they buy it, year 2 or year 3, if they go the full 3 years, we'll make $81,000. Now that's at 555. Obviously, it's going to get bigger. If we went 666 because the neighborhood allowed us to, it would be 98. But let's go back to 5, right? 5, 5, 5. Okay, good. Now, $172 is what the investor is going to get from that. Okay, plus they're going to get half of this, minus the $250. How much is $250 for 3 years per month? It's $9,000. Everybody understand that? So if I get a rent credit, I'll just put it here for you to see it. Rent credit, right, of $250, and I do that for 36 months, right? 36 months. Oops. 36 months. How much is that? Well, equals, let's not put it there. Let's put it there. Let's just put it here for now. Equals this $250 times 36 months gives me $9,000. Everybody see that? That's a minus. That's a minus. Okay? That's a minus. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Okay? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this money. Okay? And I'm going to make it a minus. Okay? So minus 250. Why am I doing that again? Because that's the rent credit, right? That's the rent credit. Everybody got that? So the rent credit that they're worth, because we charge them an extra rent credit, right? $250. So at the end of the deal, I'm going to take that away. So $9,000 is the rent credit that I've been giving this person. Okay, they've been giving me that I'm going to give back. Now the deposit they gave me, the $15,000, I haven't counted that. So we took it in and we gave it back. We don't worry about counting that. What I want you to do is I want you to split the $345 with your partner. Okay, so your partner gets $172 per month, right? So $172 per month times how many months? 36 months. Okay. Try that again. Times 36 months is $6,209. Everybody see that? This is for the investor. They get $172 per month. Okay. Months. They get $172 a month. They get for the term, the full 3-year term, 3-year term. Okay, because it's 3-year term. Okay, for the lease option. So per month they get that $172. For 3 years they get $6,002. Okay, good. Then they get half of this minus this. Okay, half of this minus. Look at some of you have already figured this out. Okay, so we go. Okay, so this is the monthly cash flow. Okay, so let's look at the sale. Right, for the sale we get equals this minus 9,000. Well, we're going to go plus because it's already a minus. Minus this divided by 2. Okay? So they get 70. Oops. I know why. Hold on one sec. You got to put brackets. Remember that in math? You have to put brackets around the addition or it's going to do it first. So they get 36,324.88 from the sale of the property. They get another 6,000 from that. So let's put that over there. Okay? And if we sum this, we sum it, they make $42,534. Look at Charles and Saskatoon. Good job. Everybody see that? That's their profit. Now, one more question. What's the return on investment? So if they make 4, that's their profit. Okay. Now, obviously, this is going to be slightly different in action, but the profit, working out the numbers. Okay. How much do they put up? They put up $103,000. Okay. So if they invested, right? They invested this equals, right, up here. They invested this, okay? That's their profit. What's their ROI? Well, it's income divided by investment, so it equals income divided by investment. Oops, income divided by investment. What's going on? There. No love. Equals, let's try this again, income divided by investment. There you go, 41% is what they make. All right, they make 41% on their money. Is that a good return? Yeah. So what I want to do, and is anybody, if anybody's lost, honestly, you can let me know. You tell me. It's okay. I can walk through any one of these pieces, but I promise you, this is what we do every week. Well, Tuesday with the group, I analyzed 3 properties. I mean, one was a property to property to, they were looking for an investor. One already had an investor, just wanted me to analyze it with the group, and another one, they were looking for a partner. These deals happen all the time. Can you please go over how the rent credit gets to play here? Yeah, sure. So if we go over here, right, the real rent was how much? Remember? It was $2,500, but we added $250 as a rent credit. Adele, you see that? We added, this was 25, right? So we added, so what I did is I said, hey, let's split the cash flow. Even though that $250 of this is rent credit, who cares? Let's split it so we can make some money, right? Let's split it, 172 each. And what we'll do is when we sell the property, we'll take it out of that end. Because either way, it's ours. But I'd rather you take cash flow during the deal, a decent cash flow during the deal, than starve yourself and wait to the end of the deal. Obviously, the big money's at the end of the deal, but I want you to make money at the beginning, middle, and end. So what we can do, and I'll work on this week, folks, is I can add this. I'm going to add this component to the sheet, okay? So you can see what it looks like when you do a rent-to-own. And it'll calculate all this for you automatically, okay? Automatically for you. We'll work on doing that, okay? So, single-family homes, I mean, that's the deal. That's what we're going to do. We're going to convert them to rent-to-owns, because without the rent-to-own, does everybody remember what happened? Without the rent-to-own, that's what we were looking at. This for income plus, we've got to go back to the expenses. We were looking at 5, 5, and 10. And when we go back here and look at it, you'll see that it's bleeding money. You're losing $355. That's with you putting in 20%. We, the partner, it doesn't really matter. Putting in 20%. You see that? You're losing $355 a month on this property, $4,000 a year. So pretty bad, and that's with a 30-year mortgage, which helps us improve it. If it was at 25, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's $600 a month we're losing. Now, you know, I want you to recognize that single-family homes, it's just, this is the reality. Cap rates are around 3 to 4%. There's just no money into them. Now, there's provinces, if you go out, I have students out in New Brunswick that are finding properties that have a higher cap rate. They're smaller properties. They make less cash flow, but the returns are excellent. But you're dealing with it, you know, the economy over there in some areas is very depressed. You're going to metropolitan areas, doesn't make them bad. There's good opportunity there. But when you go to some of these metropolitan areas, like even Calgary and Alberta are still kind of in that. Calgary, Alberta, Vancouver, Toronto, major cities, you know, around the country, you're going to see that. So, you know, this is something we want to recognize, and I want you to recognize that the property itself is not what makes you wealthy. It's the way you use money. The way you use money that's really going to make you successful in understanding creative financing, okay? So let's do this. Let's look at another property, okay? Somebody give me another property with multi-units. So give me the numbers, multi-unit property, and let's see what we get. So who's got one for me? Okay, so 384000, okay? How much do we bring in per month? There's how many units? 38400, how many units? Okay, so let's do this. Oh, it's different? Okay. Okay. 4 units. So which number am I using? Am I using 462? Oh, you mean that's the income, 462. 46,200. Like this? That's not right. That's per year. Income per year? Is that right? Per year. Okay, no problem. Give me a second. Equals this divided by 12. 3850. So 3850. 3850. There we go. Okay. So 3850, 963 a month for, okay, so let's do this, 20 and 20 for expenses. Let's just make that assumption. Okay, so right away I see cap rate of 7.2 and a GRM of 8.3. We got lots we can do with this. It's not a 10, right? Cap rate of 10, but we can still make this property work well. So let's look at this. So let's start with the standard 80, 20, 25 years. Let's see what it does for us. Well, just at that, we can cash on cash return is 12%, and the monthly cash flow per unit is 194. So it meets all the requirements just as it sits right now. That being said, that's us putting $20,000 in. So let's and you know, we want to improve this. And there's three things I want you to remember, okay? I'm just gonna move this. There's three things I want you to remember as rules for yourself, okay? These are rules I want you to stick to. So what are the three things that we want? What are the three things we want from a property? What are the three things? Tell me. We want cash flow, but how much cash flow? How much cash flow? Okay, there we go, Roger. 10% or higher for return. So ROI minimum is 10%. Okay, that's one. Okay, what else do we want? We want 75 a door. Good. Minimum 75 a door. Okay, 75 per door per month. Okay, what else do we want? And no more than 10%. Excellent. No more than 10%. So max down payment is 10%. Okay? Those are the three things we're looking for. Okay? So to make the property work. So let's look at this property. Do we make 75 a door? Yeah, we do. Do we make better than 10%? Yeah, we do. But one problem is what? There's too much money in the property. Yeah? And remember why we don't want to put 20%, because it's really, really hard to get that money out. So watch what we can do with this property, and watch how much it'll improve the property. Watch how it improves the property, okay? So because we have a lot of room in the cash flow, and we're already over 10%, the first thing we want to look at is how high can I get that return, that return, cash on cash return, without going below 75 a door. Because this is 194 per door. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go, okay, let's do this. Let's go 10 from a lender. Could be a partner, could be an investor. Let's offer them 10% for return. Let's go a 30-year mortgage, and I'm going to get a 30-year mortgage from my broker. Okay. So I come down here. Look at this, 18.9%. Now my return is considerably improved, and the cash flow per unit is 150.90. Okay. The asking price, the asking price is not affecting. This is the purchase price, but you would update that, Charles. You would update that to say, let's pretend it was a property that was $400,000. You got it for $384. Okay, but yeah, that number is not going to affect your numbers. Yeah. Okay. Exact expense is 18,684. So let's do this. Okay, so 18. I'm making up numbers now. Okay, so here we go. So let's go. I want to do this here. Equals sum. Give me 1 second, okay? And we'll make it up, okay? Or actually, let's just do this. For now, for simplicity, okay, you said it's how much per year? 18,648. Let's put 18,468 just to put that in there, okay? If I go back to here, are you sure about that? That's all of it? Really? That seems pretty low. 3.3% is all your expenses. 18,648 is your complete expenses. Where is this? Do you mind me asking you where this property is? You do? I'm not going to take it from you. All right, I'm telling you right now, this property is outstanding. Look at this. This is a cash cow. Yeah, that makes sense. St. John's. There you go. That's why you brought it up. Look at this. $311 per unit. The cash flow per year is $14,900. That's this property is amazing. Look at the cap rate, 9.2, 8.3. Now the one thing though that I think is not concerning, I can't. Not allowed. I wouldn't mind. Well, look at this. Like seriously, look at this. Okay, you're making 38% with this lender. Okay, but let's look at this. You could offer a lender, really, a second lender, 15%, make a killing. Still make a killing. You know, get out for somebody 15%. Now, 15% on 38,400. That's going to be something somebody's going to want for sure. Does that make sense? It is 4 units. Yeah, I'll be the lender. Okay, how about seller financing? So 2 things, just one thing, folks. So what I do at the end of it, this is the real deal. At the end of the call, when I stop recording, if you want to exchange information with somebody, you're absolutely allowed to do that, okay? I just don't want you to do it during the call because it's recorded, okay? Not a big deal. We didn't exchange it. I just don't want your stuff, I don't want your personal stuff recorded, okay? So if somebody is interested in this deal, partnering or putting up the capital, if you're open to it, I'll open it at the end of the meeting. Does that sound good? That sound good? Yes? Awesome. Okay, good. All right. So what was the question? Somebody asked the question. Go ahead. Somebody asked the question. Somebody asked about the units or something. I'll tell you the 2 things that all seller financing. All seller financing, the seller will put up all the money. Is that right? What? At what percentage? At what percentage? Not sure. So if somebody offers you seller financing on a property, let's do an example, just so you know. So seller financing, let's say he says, I'll do 100%, so we're going to make that 0, and the bank is 0, okay? And let's say the guy says to you, I'll give you 6%, okay? 6%, all right? So we come down here, infinite return, 166 per month. This is still a great property. It's a great property. We're interested, obviously. We want to do this. Okay, so one thing I would say in reference to this, Rich, is that as soon as we can, what are we going to want to do, folks, with this property? It's good that they want to give us financing. That's great. But as soon, like within a year, what are we going to do? Yeah, we're gonna. Well, when you say bank it, do you mean go to a bank? Is that what you mean? 'Cause that's the right answer. Yeah, we'd immediately go and refinance this property. Now, here's your challenge. Can I pay him back his money if I refinance the property, right? Because if I refinance it, I want to give him all his money back. And is he okay, if I do refinance it, that some of the money he's in second position instead of first position? Exact expenses are 18,648, but on the sheet is 1539. Oh, no, it's right there. That's the per month. You said 18,648. Yeah, that's per month. That's per month. So that's the yearly total. That is the yearly total you're talking about, right? That's for a year, right? Obviously, right? That's not a month, right? Yeah, okay. So that breaks down the monthly, and if we come down here, we'll see that this is the net expenses. Oh, I see what you're right. You're right. My apologies. That's why. It shouldn't equal that. There you go. Good job. Because I put it there, it'll sum all of these. And that's why I didn't grab that. Okay, my apologies. So actually, I got to fix that. So this should actually equal. This should equal this. That's going to change it. That makes sense. Okay, hold on one second. That makes sense. Okay, so let's do this. Let me reverse that. Let's do. Okay, I'll deal with that formula later. Okay, I'll fix that formula. Okay, that was a good catch. Okay, so it's actually expenses for the year are 18. Now this makes sense. Okay, so exact expenses. Now this makes sense. That's good. Hey, this is a little ridiculous. All right, let's go back to seller financing. Let's go 10 and 10. See, when I make changes to these sheets, it's good that we test them out, right? Here we go. Okay, so this exact expense is that can't be excluding this. Is it excluding this? It has to have this included. Is that right? It has to. Have you seen the expenses broken down? It has to. It excludes these? It doesn't include them? Does it really not include them? Oh my gosh. So I can tell you where that's coming from. The tenants don't pay for any of the bills, yeah? Is that right? The tenants don't pay for any of the bills, I would assume. That's why when I saw those expenses, immediately that was low, and clearly that's the problem. But when you look at it like this, 40%, heat and light included. Yeah, that's killing them. That's killing them. Okay, let's see what we can do with this property. Okay, let's see. Well, clearly this way is not going to work. Okay, so because look what happened in the cap rate. It was 9, now it's 4.8. That's not good. Okay, so I will tell you something though. I will tell you something. When you come across properties where the tenants are not paying their bills, what you should do, Rich, is you should find out what it would cost to convert. Find out what it would cost to convert, so that each tenant had their own meter. Find out what it costs, because these people are paying $1,000, and $1,000 out east is real money. That's real money. It has its own meters. Everything has its own meters. Why is he not charging them for water, hydro, and why is he doing that? I'll tell you. I would rather, nice guy. He's gonna go broke. I would rather pay, give somebody a discount on rent and have them pay that bill than me, because I'll tell you something right now. The bill, no, he has to lower the rent. He does have to lower them, but you'd rather do that, Chantal, because look, if you don't take care of that, folks, you'll wake up one month, you do your accounting, and you'll find out you lost money, because that month those bills were outrageous. So you don't want your cash flow to change. So any bill that you can push on to somebody else, you do that. You do not take on that bill. You don't take on that bill. So I would rather pay, have my tenants pay, I just want to give you an example, just to everybody, just to take a look at this, what's happening here. These expenses do not include these expenses. So this is like taxes, insurance, which I get. But if you break that down per tenant per year, it equals this divided by the number of tenants divided by 12 months, okay? Each tenant is costing you on its own with bills $384.75. That being said, some of that is taxes and some of that is insurance. But even if I make that $300 per, that's what you're paying in bills for that tenant, about $300. So would I rather take this down to, say, $750, and then not have to worry about that? I would rather drop my rent. Does everybody see where I'm coming from? I'd rather drop the rent, because this can move. This stuff can move on you. Believe me, I'm telling you from my own personal experience. When you don't do that, I have properties where it's included. I'm telling you, it can create suffering. The only reason I haven't done it is the one property that I have. I'm in the process of doing conversion. There's some challenges with the particular property and doing it to the units. But you need to do that. You need to do that, or at least consider the cost of that. Now that's going to affect our purchase price. That's going to affect our purchase price. You see that? So I'm telling you that there might be an opportunity here, but the opportunity is here. Exact expenses have to come down. Otherwise, this property is going to be a problem. Now, let's just assume it is what it is, okay? Let's see if we can improve this property, because right now it's bleeding money, okay? So let's see if we do this. Let me try something. He wants to do 100% financing, yeah? 100% financing. So he listed the property with 100% financing, and this is after you talk to him. Is this after you talk to him? Okay. No, he wanted investor financing. He wanted seller financing. Okay? He wants to do it that way, right? Probably for his taxes. No, that's not going to work either. How are we going to fix this? Okay, so we want it. No, I want investment. You want to, wait a minute. You want to put up the money for this property? Is that what you said, Rich? Or the seller is? I understand. Oh, so the seller is not financing it. You want someone to finance it, yes? Is that what you're saying? Okay. So seller financing on this deal is going to be a challenge for you, okay? And the reason is because the cap rate sucks, okay? Cap rate's too low. This needs to get under control. The other thing I want you to do, Rich, so this is what I want you to do with this property, okay? I want you to make sure that vacancy maintenance and property management is none of this expense. Have you already checked that? When you look at the expenses, there's no maintenance cost? There must be a maintenance cost. Anyways, you check this, okay? You're going to follow up with me on this, Rich, right? Right? You're going to tell me what happens, right? By next week, you let me know. I want to know the exact expenses, okay? So I want you to take this sheet, put the exact expenses in here, okay? Then what I want you to do, so the exact expenses, then what I want you to do is I want you to ask the seller if he's open to seller financing. Okay, ask the seller if he's open to seller financing. Have you talked to this person, Rich? Alicia, have you talked to this person? Just realtor. Okay, ask the realtor. Say, do this for me. Have they given you a breakdown of the expenses yet, Rich? They have given you a breakdown. Okay. And you look at your breakdown. We're not going to do it now because we're running out of time here. I want you to break down every single expense. If there's something that's not covered in this list, you put it in the other, okay? So put everything in here. You type slow? Okay. All right. So not right now. You're not doing it right now. You're going to send it to me. You're going to send it to me. Okay. All I want you to do at this point is get the finances, the expenses in order. Let me review it, then we'll talk about next steps. But the next steps we could do, obviously, is look at, we should be able to see, actually, Rich and Alicia, we should be able to see what each tenant is costing us in those bills. What are they costing us in those bills? Because I'll tell you, this isn't a bad property necessarily if we can get this down. And I'll tell you, 60%, cost expenses is going to put you in a tough spot. The other thing we can do, so we're going to suspend right now, Rich and Alicia, we're going to suspend any financing from anybody right now, okay? First, we got to make sure that the property is good and that we can actually give somebody something out of it, okay? Does that make sense? Good, awesome. Any other questions about this property? Because we can't really do much more with this property until we can reduce this. Because the financing is gonna be tough for us. Even if we use bank financing, it's still gonna be tough for us, right? Because if we go 80, we could maybe do this. Let me see what this would do for us. Get a 30-year, get a partner on the deal. Let's do that. Okay. So here it is. We might be able to do this. If somebody puts up the dough for partnership, this could work, okay? The dilemma, still not good enough right now. Still not good enough because, look, there's no money in it. Right? It's $41 a unit, okay? If we can get this down to even 10%, if we can knock this by 10%, so 10% of that would be what? It would be 1,846, so 1,800. So if I drop this by 10%, just to give you an example, okay, equals this times decimal 10, okay, percent, 1,840. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cost here for now, and I'm going to minus it by this expense by dropping it by this, okay? Okay, look what happens. Look what happens. Now it can cash flow. You see that? Like this expense it's too much. We need to fix it. But that's an area of opportunity for us, right? That's not bad. Don't think it's bad, because because it's high, there must be some opportunity, or should be some opportunity for us to reduce it. Okay, so let's leave this one alone right now. Just fill in that information. Let's break down the expenses and see if there's an opportunity there. Next step would be, we could ask for income and expense breakdown. If he sent that already completely, the income and expense like rent rolls, income coming in, we could move forward and actually get the property under contract and then start negotiating. But right now, let's see if it's even worth getting to that next step. Okay. Any questions on this property before we move away from it? No, everybody's good? Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go back to here. Okay, so a couple of you joined us late. Okay, so a couple things I want to make sure. Does everybody have the link? Everybody have the link for the new room? The new room. So here's what we're going to do. Just to give everybody an update. We're going to have another meeting with just us Wednesday, 8:30 local time next week. Is everybody good with that, right? We're all good with that, yes? Good. Okay, good. All right, good. Okay. Also, I put up a link to allow you to enter into the Canada-wide group on Tuesday at 8:30. Yeah, Abdel. It's 8:30 Alberta time for the Wednesday meeting. 8:30 Alberta time for the Wednesday meeting. Those of you who would like to go to the Tuesday meeting, you're more than welcome. It's at 8:30 Eastern, so that's 6:30 your time. Does everybody have the link for that? Is there anybody that doesn't have the link? Okay, here. So let's give you the link for that again. Hold on. So I want you to please, folks, please put this in your favorites so you can save it the same every time, okay? This is the main room, okay? So it's Tuesdays, 8:30 Eastern. That's 6:30 local time, okay? So everybody grab that, okay? Now, like I said, a couple of you came late. I just want to check something. These are additional files that I gave up here, okay? But I'd like you to please, folks, I want you to stay off this one for a second because I'm going to update it, okay? I'm going to update it. I need to make an update for it. And then let me get those files. There you go. If you haven't got these files already, there we go. There you go. Does anybody need time for those files? I will probably still be in the momentum next week, Wednesday. That's all right, Charles. If anybody's in the momentum next week, everybody's in momentum, take the momentum. This is a recorded call. It's recorded, okay? Which I will also give you right now. Hold on, folks. Give me 1 second. I'm also going to give you our YouTube link for our elite meetings, okay? Hold on 1 sec. I just updated it with our Tuesday meeting, okay? So here, this is what you want to do. You want to copy. So this is what I'm giving you right now is the URL for the last video. But what I want you to do is I want you to subscribe. Okay, I want you to subscribe. Okay, this is important. This was something I wasn't doing before. So everybody subscribe, and that way, when you subscribe to the station, every time your new videos come up, you'll be alerted. Okay, so everybody, please grab that link. That's for the videos. Okay, that's for the videos. Okay, so our videos, our 2 Calgary videos, will be up tomorrow. Okay, by end of day tomorrow, there'll be the 2 videos. You can review them. Okay, you can review them because I know a couple of you couldn't make it tonight, and you asked for the videos, so I will do that for you. Okay, so you can watch the videos or previous videos of stuff we've done, deals we've done, and talked about. It is a YouTube, it is a YouTube link, but it's just for us. It's the elite group. It's not something that I publish or I'm not looking for notoriety on this. This is really for us. Know the spelling. The spelling of YouTube? Is that what you said? Oh, that's what the link is. That's the link that they gave me. That's funny. Oh, I see it. I see it now. That's what the link came out as. That's funny. That's what the link came out as. So, um, so what we can do is you can subscribe to that, like I said. Then you can see new videos. You'll be notified. And all right, somebody already did. Good. Nick did. Good job, Nick. Okay. So, anyways, this, you can watch videos. There's lots there. There's, I mean, I'm guessing there's 100 there videos that you can review. Different things covering different things. Okay. Next week, next Wednesday, I'm going to talk about financing. Okay, with banks. Okay. Would everybody like to talk about how to finance with a bank? Yeah? Okay. We're going to talk about how banks finance, what they look at, how they evaluate you. We'll do that on Wednesday in our own personal meeting, okay? Tuesday will be driven by, students sending me deals and me looking them over. But Wednesday, our meeting Wednesday, which will be 8:30 local time, 8:30 local Calgary time, your time, on Wednesday, okay? All right. Does anybody have any questions before we wrap? Was it a good session, folks? Did we learn some things? Yes? Awesome. 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 Good stuff. Good. So is there any questions before we wrap up? Any questions? Okay, so Rich, send me that deal, okay? Put the numbers in and stuff. We'll look at it together. And Charles, you there? Okay, so Charles, that deal that you sent me, you still want to move forward with it? That's something you still want to. Okay, so Charles, I want you to give me a text tomorrow. We're going to set up a time to talk. Okay? Does that sound good? All right, my friend. Yeah, we'll see if there's something there. Okay? We'll see if there's something there. Okay? All right. So, we good? Any other questions? Abdel, you're typing something in. The link for Wednesday, right? That's the link for Wednesday. That's right. That's right. So save that link. That's the link for Wednesday, folks. The same link we're using today. The other link is for Tuesday. Okay, for Tuesday. Okay. Remember, it's Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern. That's 6:30 your time. Remember that. It's 6:30 your time. Okay. All right, everybody. If you're good, just type in yes or Y at the bottom. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Where's the rest of you? The rest of you aren't okay? You good? All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Where's the link for Tuesday? The link for Tuesday is right here. Hold on. This is the link for Tuesday. Oops. I'm sorry. That's for YouTube. Hold on. The link for Tuesday is right here. Hold on. So the link for Tuesday is right here. Okay? That's the link for Tuesday. Okay? Okay, good. All right. We're good now? Everybody's good? We're good? Okay, folks. I'm going to wrap up the meeting. Good. I'm going to wrap up the meeting. I'm going to see you all next Tuesday or Wednesday or both, right? If you can't make it to the meeting, don't worry. Subscribe. The channel will update you. If you need anything, anything before then, reach out. I'm here to support you and help you make sure that you get where you want to go. And I'm more than happy to be part of that journey with you to build my own personal legacy. Okay, that's part of the reason that I do this, amongst other things. It's important to me, so you know this. So please don't hesitate if you need help. Okay, when do you get the last Wednesday's link for the recording? Nick, I'm going to put that up. Everybody, those are going to be up. Both this video and the last week's video are going to be up tomorrow. Okay, by end of day. Just wait till the end of day. They'll be up tomorrow. And they'll be listed as Calgary 1 and 2. There'll be two different videos, Calgary 1 and 2, and they'll be 2019. Calgary 1 and 2, 2019, okay? Yeah, same link, Nick, same link. Yeah, same thing, same where all the other videos are. You'll just see that I'll put that name on it for you guys to know, okay? For you guys to know, okay? Awesome. All right. Okay, folks, I want everybody to have a great night. I want you to keep hunting, keep looking at properties. This week, I'd like you to evaluate 3 properties on your own. That's your task for the week. It doesn't matter if they're good properties or bad properties, and really it doesn't matter if you make them up. I'd rather you try some properties out, but I really just want you to see what it's like when the numbers move around, okay? If you need any assistance or any properties look like they're promising, please let me know. But when you send me properties, folks, please send me the property in the sheet so I can evaluate it quickly, okay? All right. Where will we find the recording? So, Charles, it's that YouTube link that I sent you. Yeah, YouTube. No, YouTube, the YouTube. Folks, this is something I do for only my students. This is not legacy. This is me. I do this for you, right? Like I said, I'm more than happy to do it. So this is something I do for my students ongoing, okay? So the videos and stuff are going to be separated from that, okay? All right? Awesome. I appreciate that, Nick. I'm more than happy to do it, okay? So if you need help during the week, you let me know. Otherwise, I'd like you to do 3 properties this week, okay? Just 3. Can everybody do 3 properties this week? Test out 3 properties. Can everybody do that? Yes? Good. You got to commit to yourself. Just 3. Yeah, just 3. Won't take you a ton of time, okay? There are a ton of videos there. Yeah, I know. There's probably 100 videos. Yeah. All right, 3 properties, folks. I want everybody to have a great night. I want you to keep pushing forward, and I will see you all next Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday for sure, Tuesday and Wednesday, and we'll continue on this journey.